and I appeared in The Last Outpost, one of those great science fiction movies that never was. They've invited me to come to Comic-Con to talk about The Last Outpost because some of the reels got released and it created a fandom of sorts. So here we all are at this Comic-Con wearing these badges, reunited with people that I really don't like. So, but then again, it's the business. You're not here to like them. You're here to work and get the job done. Unfortunately, we didn't get the job done. So, The Last Outpost was a movie about a battle royal out in space. And I was one of the commanders. But the star, Lon, was really, the focus, was really on Lon. So we have this great movie, and we have this great plot, and we have this great script, and then we have this psycho director who came up with odd ideas and new age things, and there was a constant buzz or coming from the sound system. We lost 3 days of rushes because Chris couldn't get the sound to go away. And then I come to find out it was all deliberate. Now, if that's deliberate, it's going to drive the audience mad, put them on the edge of their seats, and they're not going to enjoy it. Besides which, who wants to hear 3 hours of a buzz when you should be listening to dialogue and hear what the actors have to say? You build a plot with the actors, not a buzz. But that's my opinion. And I mean, who am I? After all, I've gotten an Emmy, and I've gotten a Grammy, and I've gotten a Tony. I was just this close to getting an Oscar, and would have gotten it had I not done The Last Outpost. But I decided not long after doing The Last Outpost to retire and live in obscurity in Heber, Obergard, Arizona. Yeah.
What was your favorite scene that was done?
My favorite scene that was done, I would have to say, was The Last Stand. When we're backed up against the wall and we're about to be attacked by aliens, and we've got our phasers set to kill instead of stun. And I give this dynamic speech. Now, someone will tell you that's not the way it was written in the script. It is not the way it was written in the script. I rewrote it on the set. They were going to use it. What can I say? But I told them, stand your ground, men and women. Be strong. Be of courage. Don't give up now. We're surrounded by aliens, but we can fight our way out of this if we all stand together and fight, men, fight, women, fight for your lives, fight for your children, fight for your spouses, fight, fight, fight. It's like being at the Alamo. It's our last chance. Fight, damn you, fight. I was brilliant, if I must say so myself. I wish that we could have finished the movie and put the rushes together and put the movie together. And maybe, by some strange technology, we can finish it and do a 40 years later. So
some people think the sound in that scene was really good. What is your opinion of the sound of that scene?
In that specific scene, you could hear the armaments loading up, which was a good thing, and you could hear the aliens approaching us from a distance. And so that was good as well. So I'd say overall, with the content of the entire script, the entire movie, the sound on that scene was awesome. And it picked me up and it gave me that deeper tone so that I had more commanding tone. The point that broke me was that scene was excellent, but 4 scenes after that, because of that constant humming, we're lost and we're back. In fact, the actual battle scene, which should have been filled with phaser fires and explosions and booms, you couldn't really hear them because every time there was an explosion, you're going on the background. So that the sound, it was a little iffy after that. But that specific scene, sound was awesome.
Tell us more about the battle scene.
Oh, the battle scene. So the troop that was at the Last Outpost was about 25 to 50 men and women. And the aliens approaching, there were thousands and thousands of aliens. And and we're all armed and we're firing at the aliens. And as we're firing at the aliens, all their blood was green, and this green splats would go out into the air. We get splattered with it, but it wasn't like the acid splat. They were just like, oh, this is gross, and you wipe it off and you keep on fighting. So as the scene is progressing and we're killing thousands of aliens, the battlefield filled up with this green goop, and the cameras were splashed, and the people were splashed, and the microphones were splashed. And I think maybe that was the beginning of the source of the sound issue, was when the microphones got splashed with this goop. Chris could never get it out. So maybe, I don't think so, but I might owe Chris an apology, because the equipment that he had was damaged after the battle scene. But that battle was fierce, and we were, gritting our teeth and had special goggles on and phasers firing on kill, kill, kill. And it was awesome, just awesome. It was a scene that was meant to get the audience's blood boiling.